this is Bayu here. I got one item to show you, and we're gonna talk a little bit about international law, world politics, and how brainless some people in government are, and the desperation when they lose control that they never had to begin with. But now they see it, and they try to do everything illegally to retake that so-called control that they don't have. Okay, this is a pouch that I was reading, watching one of those Canadian prepper, old-timer by the way, not a young guy. And this is not the one that he recommended. This is the one that I picked because it's cheaper. It's only about $8. So producer, could you please give it a call? And this is what I'm trying to explain to you. Nowadays, everything is done with IF signals. You did already? Okay. See? And immediately, you still calling me or got disconnected? The signal is lost, but the telephone is on. Now, what is it that we lost between her phone to this phone? The connection, connectivity. Because this pouch is, can you hear me? I hear feedback.
You went to call notes.
Oh, okay. There is connectivity on signals coming from the phone to the tower to this phone. And everything nowadays is signals. I have in my vehicle the XM radio.
Satellite radio.
Satellite radio. And how in having 35,000 feet up and 35,000 kilometers or 35,000 kilometers up in the sky, send a signal, and then you have a satellite radio. We get satellite radio because the signal. Some people, I don't have the evidence, but some people say that they can manipulate your brain waves using some signals, especially if you're under psychotic medicine. And he is when, listen carefully, because only idiots will label somebody something without having information to do research. And I know you are a smart guy. That's why you pay attention to me. The deal or the thing had people. Okay, what is it that they tell you? And they use aluminum foil in their hat. To do this, to block signals. This little pouch just blocks signal. If you turn it off, what you're gonna see? The material, the aluminum material, or aluminium as some people call it. So that casts the signal. So if you have something that protects your body, shields your body from the signal, like when you're gonna go take an X-ray, what do the X-ray technician has on their body? A big heavy suit of what? Lead. Yeah, lead. Because lead protects from the X-ray signal. So, before you follow the trap of the opposite side lying to you, you always ask the question why, or do what is called the investigative research. Here we go again. Come on, Menino. Don't bother me right now. The boss of the house. Trying to investigate the why of the signals and how can you protect yourself. The U.S. complained that in Cuba, the Cubans were sending some kind of signals and making people sick and throw up and feel blah, 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 this and that. Maybe. But here's the question. Did they find out exactly the apparatus, the machine that was sending the signal? No, they had no evidence. However, the conclusion was that it was some kind of array. Because the U.S. Army has a signal that wave signals that make your skin burn. You've seen it on many TV shows, and every time people go to the street to protest, the cops has that too, the signal that you don't see but it make your body burn. So, if you can have some type of suit to protect yourself from gas, you can have a suit to protect yourself from signals. This little Mickey Mouse pouch protects the phone for it. sending the signal and receiving the signal. This whole time when I Canada find out about this because brand new Toyota Tundra truck got stolen. He has a keyless fob connector. Don't buy me because you're gonna get popped. One of those new fob keyless entry. You just press a button, the car starts. Well, those fobs send the signal. You have to send the signal so the car receive it and open the door and start the car up. The system is designed for that. So if you can read a signal, yes, people read the signal. This is why you can update your car signal, not the new ones, but the old kind, to open and close the door. So electronic signal waves are everyday common here. Now, if you don't hear it because you don't have an interest or you don't have an issue that you need to learn and know that, but you have to be aware that you can protect from those signals, protect your body and cover your equipment up. Okay, like famous the bomb that they can explode up in the atmosphere and all electronic equipment and satellites and radio signal get destroyed. That type of bomb, it will not destroy the physical building, but it will destroy all the electronic. Yes, we have that, guys. Everybody has that. Okay, so do not discard that idea that you can protect your body from signals, okay, electronic signals. Now, let's go back to what's happening right now between between the U.S. Justice Department and Mexico. Remember the last, not the president, but the last Secretary of Defense of the Mexican government, Secretario de la Defensa in Spanish. He was arrested in LA airport because the DEA has a fake investigation and they never requested formal international staff, to prove the evidence from one country to the other, to charging and do all the stuff, to the point that Mexico complained the illegality of the DEA. You see, this is the problem of the DEA, guys. They don't have a college degree. That doesn't mean that all cops have to have a college degree, but at that level, you have to have a higher education to think better. If you don't have a college degree, that means you are not disciplined enough to submit yourself for 4 years so you can have that degree. It could be a basket weaving degree, engineering, architecture, history, philosophy, theology, whatever. But 4 years, submit yourself to the academic authority so you can have one. Now, some of us have more than that, but that's besides the point. These people at the DEA have no brains when it comes to law, when it comes to international treaty, when it comes to following the procedures. Now it is a known fact that Kiki Camarena, the agent that killed in Mexico City, he was not killed by the Mexican drug lord. It was killed by the CIA because the CIA was running an operation and they wanted to know what Kiki Camarena knew about it. And they have an agent from Arizona took over the investigation from the FBI because, pay attention here, because the FBI, the top cream of the crop of the FBI, were monolingual. Now, how in heaven, I'm being nice, I'm not using profanity or bad language, how in heaven you gonna send some guys to Mexico talking English during the investigation? No comprendo. That's beyond stupidity. What, you gonna force the Mexican peasant, the Mexican witnesses to talk to you in English? No, that's stupid. That is, the shit that is ruining the empire. Well, not ruining it, already is screwed up. So this guy investigated, he actually is a top guy in the DEA. They have a whole bunch of commendations. It's a superhero recommendation award ceremony at the Wazoo, typical no-brain superhero. And he broke the problem with the Camarena and his killing done by the CIA. because basically they wanted to get information from him because he was bilingual, just like the guy doing the investigation. So you know you are in two worlds. If you only speak one language, you're only in one world, guys, and you think one way. If you speak two languages, you're in two worlds, and you think two ways. That is normal. If you never heard that, now you know. So the problem with the going back to the Cienfuegos, General Cienfuegos, is that he was arrested. Mexico complained, they sent him back. The judge that released the charges, I said again, release, clear the charges, even got upset. I said, what are you doing, guys? The government first charging and then now they're telling me clear the charges? Doesn't make any sense. So he go back to Mexico. He had no charges in Mexico. He wasn't on an investigation. There is no information, illegal or legal information to press charges against him. So the idiots of the DEA sent some mumbo jumbo to the U.S. Justice Department. Justice Department sent it to Mexico. It goes to the top lawyer in New Mexico. What's the title? Prosecutor, General Prosecutor. It says, you have nothing over here. In Mexico, we follow the law. This is not a USA kill everybody using the drum because you don't think like me. No, this is Mexico and we follow the law. We're Hispanic. We're not Anglos, idiots. So now recently the DOJ, Nicole Navas Oxam, which is the acting deputy director of public affairs or the senior communication advisor for international affairs for the Justice Department, says that they reserve the right to prosecute Cienfuegos again, General Cienfuegos again. So they send it to Mexico and the president said, okay, fine, I'm going to make this public. This evidence that you send me over here are worthless. This is like a second grader. He did it because he told me and the other guy from the other classroom saw him to do this. You know, blah, 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 blah. No evidence. No hard evidence. So now the Justice Department is, U.S. Justice Department is upset because Mexico has opened the book. Just like Julian Assange case. When he told the world the criminal activities that the U.S. Army did in Iraq and killed the whole family. He killed like about four reporters with the cameras, tele-lens picture. You know, you saw this video. 27 people massacred on the street, 4 of them reporters. Family in the van, you saw the video. So that had upset the Justice Department. First of all, they don't have a head because he resigned due to you know who. So here becomes a legal quagmire. If the U.S. Justice Department did not send all the evidence, crooked or straight, whatever, to Mexico, then they broke the law because they withhold evidence in a criminal case. That is against the law. Here, in Mexico, in China, and in Russia, the prosecution cannot withhold evidence. The minute that they do that, they had no case and the guy walked. So I guess they did it because now they're upset that the Mexican president says, no, here we're going to have a public, like a typical Roman case in the public so everybody can see, everybody can hear, everybody know who, what, where, and how much. The U.S. doesn't like that because expose, can I use the word fuck ups?
You already have.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. It's not meaning to use in the public, but expose all the screwed up that the U.S. legal system had. Hey, guys, I'm almost 60. Nobody's going to tell me no. And if you're smart and you have one finger to brain, even the my producer says, yeah, he agrees with that. You know that they do bad things over here. And the cops also are... sometimes I don't even know why the cities allow those crooked cops to be to have a badge and a gun and license to kill. Because this is why the country is in pieces. Now, the Texas, I just got an email. I'm going to read it to you guys because this is very important. I give you a warning. The Texas State Rifle Association, please be warned, okay? So the Texas Rifle Association sent an email to all the members. Greetings. You may or may not heard that there is a nationwide effort to have an armed rally in every capital on certain day. State capital. This rally effort is not sponsored by any group, nor the NRA or the TSRA. Literally, I had seen one such flyer, and no groups, organization, or person has a name on the endeavor. So they have some flyers out there convoking the people with arms in the capital of each state, and nobody signed it. That's a crappy person or institution that they're scared that they don't put the signature on the paper. Criminal activities. Here, in Mexico, in China, in Russia, in Timbuktu, in Bolivia. You sign it, you own it. You don't sign it, it's worthless. Don't get caught in the middle. Do not misunderstand me in the lack of sponsorship that worries me. I don't know what their goals are, and neither the FBI, who has a warning about this event. So now the TRS, the NRA are washing their hands. Those are institutions. How can I express myself? Those are formal institutions that live in the government, abiding the laws of the government. That's telling you a warning. Don't do that because you're going to be railroading. Okay, so we had that issue. We had the problems, and the last thing it was a reading about the U.S. State Department sanctioning every single weapons dealer, weapons manufacturer in Iran, from 22 bullet to the new missiles that they have, which is pathetic, because if they are getting a lot of orders from the outside world, the Persians outside the Iranians, is because their little toys work. If the little toy works because they have good sales department, because they got good training, because they got good warranty, because they got good backup and follow-up, they're gonna take over the business. It's business 101, marketing 601. Again, if you have no college degree, you don't understand that. If you know the rules of the market, you understand that. If you provide a good service, a good item, you will take over the market eventually. So if the U.S. is scared because the crap that the engineers make over here is not working, everybody knows that, guys. Israel, the closest ally to the U.S., sent back the 2 batteries of that crappy POS missile system because it doesn't work. And they build their own, and now the U.S. Army is buying their stuff, not the U.S. stuff. Don't believe me, read about it. I'm talking about the Israeli Iron Shield, or Dome Shield, what it's called. Better missiles, better equipment. It appears to me, remember the word, appears to me that engineering part of the U.S. is falling apart. I don't know why few firms are getting more bean counters in key positions. MBAs, instead of having raw engineers figured out a problem. We saw what the Turkish drum did to the in the last short war in the area of southern Russia against Azerbaijan and what was it? Armenia. Yeah, Armenia. How decimated their army, how destroyed their artillery, their tanks, everything with those laser-guided missiles. Hey guys, that's engineering. The U.S. Army had their old, since the late 80s, missile that is laser-guided, but it's so expensive that out of the 1 battalion, which is 666, that's one battalion. So out of the 18 batteries, 18 guns, is only one of the 18 fire the missile once a year because it's so expensive. It makes no sense. And they use that by the hundred. Technology-wise, you need to be aware, okay? Because you need to protect yourself. You need to protect your head, your brain, and your body. Like everybody walk around with a heavy plate, that's protecting by a bullet. But nothing against the signals, guys. This is new technology. This is what new wars are. signals. Okay, short and sweet. Do your reading. Get your head out of the box and follow international networks. I'm not saying believe them, but you have a baseline to do research. Okay, like I was reading about the new my compadre, the Filipino president. The Philippines has become outrageously developed when it comes to Army and Navy and Air Force. I know it's a little bit radical for U.S. standards, but for his philosophy, they come first. And they have to be protected, and they don't need U.S. help. They don't want U.S. help. I know they don't think about taking the Chinese, but in their head, there could be a bump in the road. And that's all it takes. If you think you can do it, you're going to do it. Or at least you die trying to do it without having anybody to help you. That's a philosophy, a winner philosophy that sometimes takes over and you win against all odds. Okay, YouTube. Thank you for watching. Read outside the box. Drop the local, the two sizes companies that they tell you lies all the time. And they get you in trouble because you believe lies and then not reality. Talk to you later. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.